All right, welcome back to LearnWire. This is my top Appsumo tools for October, my Roundup video. It's been a couple months since I've done one of these. I want to try to get back to doing them. They do kind of take a little bit to put together because you got to go back to all your videos and see which ones you actually reviewed, what your thoughts were, what your ratings were on them, and then put the whole thing together. Normally, I actually spend a lot of time creating the video. Believe it or not, I bring in footage from every single one of those reviews and I actually create a unique video that's probably a little bit more engaging than this one, but I will be on camera on this one, so it'll be a little bit more personable. And so I'm just going to go over the tools. Since the last time I did one of these, it's been about these tools have been about between 4 and 8 weeks that I've any time beyond that I didn't include in this review, but I think it's been about 3 months since I've done one of these. So let's jump in real quick. So these are the tools that I put those in quotes because there's other people that they put out videos like this, but they actually don't actually review the tools. I'm only going to put something on my list and tell you if you should buy it or not and what I thought about it if I actually did a review and posted it on my channel. That's just the way that I do things. And I've tried to get into a process recently in the last, probably you've noticed 3 to 6 months where when I review a piece of software, I always give it a rating out of 5. That way that it helps me with if I turn my videos into blog posts where I actually have a real rating. It also gives you guys like a concrete review and a rating from what I'm personally giving a rating, right? And I do that from a rating from 1 to 5, 5 stars being the best, obviously. And generally the tools fall between 3 stars and 5 stars, with most of them ending up between about 3.8 to about 4.5. That's usually the range because they always have a lot of really good things going for them. And then they always have things to take off and that lower the score and make it to where I can't give it a 5 star. So that's kind of the rating system. It looks like we have 15 tools I'll be going over right now, and I'm just going to go through them and touch briefly on each one. So Michaela did a review on NinjaPipe. This was a CRM, and she gave it 4 stars. There wasn't anything special about it. These are CRMs, right? Solid 4.4 stars is pretty dang good. I don't have a whole lot more unless I go and watch her whole video again. I know I watched the videos at the time that they come out, but essentially, if you're looking for a CRM, I believe it's still available. That's probably the most important thing I need to talk about is that NinjaPipe, along with others, this one has 27 hours left, so literally like a day left. And there's a couple others on the list as well that only have a couple, like maybe an hour, a day left, essentially. So if you are in a need of a CRM, you might want to go check this out at the day that this is coming out. It's going to be October 3rd, the day that I'm recording this. You're going to want to go and check these tools out on that day, just kind of as a side note. All right, so the next tool is Warpindex. This was a website, a page indexer, and I gave it 4.5 stars. This one I've actually been using in my business. I could go log in. I have 2 sites connected to it. I no longer, when I publish to those sites, I no longer have to go to, sign into Google Search Console, grab the link that I just created, go in there and post it and tell the search caller to go search my website. Warpindex does a really good job. My pages are getting indexed and it just straight up works. Now, there was another tool that was on the platform as well. Most of the feedback from you guys gave me feedback as well was that you guys actually had both tools and Warpindex seemed to do a better job. I had a really slick user interface and the tool just worked. So I gave it a solid 4.5 stars. The next one is Closely. This one came back for just an exclusive event for Plus members. I didn't want to miss it this time, so I actually did review it. And then I believe that my review caused me to actually go buy the tool. And I actually went like 4 tiers deep on the tool because I could see the value in it and how it can actually help me build my LinkedIn account and so forth. I gave this a 4.5 stars. This is currently not available. I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of that this is currently not available. But if they came back like a month ago for an exclusive event, This was for Plus members. Remember, that's $100 a year. Then, maybe they'll come back and maybe they'll be back for Black Friday. So I just wanted to get you guys thinking that Closely was good. I definitely give it a top recommendation if you want to build your account on LinkedIn. It actually scrapes emails and it can do all automated and so forth. So really great tool. It's actually running in the background for me on a daily basis. And I've built my connections like a lot. I would say I've built at least 100 new connections if I just had to make a guess without going into the account. But it definitely works. It's a tool that definitely works. And it's a tool that can definitely help you make connections and possibly get more clients in your business. So I really liked Closely. Unfortunately, it's not available at the time of recording this video, but like I said, keep our fingers crossed that it's going to come back, and be on the lookout for it. So GenPage, this was a cold outreach landing page builder, and they called it ABM marketing, which is account-based marketing. And essentially, it's actually what I'm doing in my business, where I'm actually, I have my virtual assistant going to some of the places like Product Hunt, the Futurepedia, there's an AI for that, these different websites that are launch websites, right? And they're announcement websites for new software coming out. And essentially what we're doing is I've given my VA a criteria of these are the types of softwares that I like and that my audience likes, and these are the ones that I want to review. So go out and see if you can get contact information, emails, any names, or a LinkedIn page and Facebook Messenger page. And then we're putting that all on a spreadsheet, and then I can do cold email outreach in a very unique, custom way where I'm actually spending time. I'll actually go to their website, look at their tool, and then actually in the emails, I actually write a little bit about their business. So it's a little bit more on a personal level, and it's not just one spray and pray cold email outreach. Hey, I've been watching your YouTube channel. I think you produce great content. Can I work with you? And I get emails like that all day long, and I ignore them because they're not personable, and you can tell that they're just going to hundreds or thousands of YouTube channels and then trying to get, sell something to me. It's the unique people that come out with a unique angle. Those are the ones that I actually will respond back to and choose to work with. I'm doing the same thing. So the things that I don't like when people do to me, I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not doing that to other people. I'm actually spending the time that it takes to do these proper email outreach. So I'm a big fan of this ABM type of marketing, account-based marketing, where you actually spend time. You're going to be sending way less cold emails out to people. So just think about it. If you planned on sending 100 cold emails out per day, you're going to be sending about 10 per day. If you were going to be sending 25 per day, you're probably going to be sending 3 to 5 per day at that rate, right? And I can tell you right now that I literally just did this 2 days ago. I sent 5 emails out, just 5 emails, and I got 1 response. So that's a 20% rate. And with this ABM marketing tactic, as compared to, and if you guys want me to make a video about this, just say, hey, just type in ABM into the comments below, and maybe I'll make a video and I'll show my results and so forth. But the typical email outreach, when people are sending out hundreds or thousands of emails per day, I believe that it's like a 1% or 2% response rate. So this is 20x, 10 to 20x the response rate by doing ABM marketing, okay? I spent a lot of time on that one, but at the end of the day, I gave GenPage a 3 stars because it kind of had a, well, I guess I'll just say questionable. That had another tool that either went under or had a bad, and so I did take that into consideration. And then also there was some bugginess to the GenPage tool and so forth. So I gave it a 3 stars, worth checking out, but it definitely was not an amazing star. I do believe that this is still available, so you can go check it out. So we did AmWork. This is a CRM. We gave it a 3.7 stars. There's nothing new in this one, kind of like NinjaPipe. You just kind of go and watch both reviews. And I would probably go with NinjaPipe. We gave it a little bit higher rating. Michaela did review both those CRMs, and I trust that, she looked at both of them and just kind of had a little bit better feeling about NinjaPipe. I think it was a little bit higher quality, and the UI looked a little bit better as well. So, but you can go check out AmWork. That one I believe is still available as well. There were some UI concerns. I noted that as well. So we had Corner. This is an e-com site builder. Not a whole lot that I can say about that. It was just a nice solid tool. Michaela reviewed that one as well. And By the way, Michaela did an amazing job doing reviews for a couple months for the LearnWire brand. I believe she was able to get about 25 or 30 reviews out. It was really, really great. I wanted to test it out in the brand, but at the end of the day, the most of the feedback that I got was that you guys like and prefer me and my voice to review these softwares. Nothing against Michaela. She did an amazing job, and I think she should actually start her own channel if she wanted to do this. But I went ahead and decided to go solo just to kind of give you guys some transparency about the direction of the channel. So it's just me on the channel going forward, but I really appreciated Michaela, and I certainly think she did an amazing job with reviews. So she gave it a 4 stars. So you might want to go check that one out as well. Whir is a form builder. She gave it a 4.1 stars. I think she was impressed with it. It was a little bit basic. She was hoping for more functionality and to be able to do different things with it. I remember that in her review, but at the end of the day, it's at its beginning stages. And so for it to launch as good as it did, it had a great UI as well. She was impressed with that. So 4.1 stars. If you need a form builder, go check out Whir. Then we had FlipLink. I know she really liked this one. She could see how she could use this in her business as a marketer as well, and as a graphic design artist that she actually is. She really liked FlipLink. This is a flip book creator, and she gave it 4.8 stars. So a very unique tool, solving a very specific niche market. But if you are in need of that, if you want to build lead magnets in marketing, different things, if you can see a value in that, go check out FlipLink. I believe it's still available as well. All right, so Michaela also did the reason why there was a bunch of these out, we actually had a bunch in our backlog of videos. And so you guys probably noticed one of those weekends where I really kind of hammered these out and published a lot right out, back to back. That's kind of what ended up happening. But she did a review on Reune, and that is a yellow pages scraper. And so I know that she wanted it to be able to work on other websites and so forth, but it didn't do that. It's strictly yellow page scraper. It just straight up got the job done. I do remember it's kind of archaic, or if you can remember websites built in the 90s, certainly like mid 90s, it kind of reminded us of that. And so the UI is probably intentionally built like that. Some people like that old school kind of look. That's the kind of tool that it is, but it just straight up worked and did its job. So she gave it a solid 4.5 stars. So PostX, this is a WordPress theme and plugin. This, I believe, is the only tool that I gave a 5-star rating. Unfortunately, it's not available right now, but I wanted to include it in here because this gives you that valuable information that if this does decide to come back next week, or this does decide to come back for Black Friday or something like that, or any kind of event, sometimes these tools just come back and you're like, whoa, out of nowhere, Deposit Photos is doing a quick 1 week, marketing campaign on Appsumo, something like that, right? So I wanted you guys to be equipped with the knowledge that PostX, it definitely is a solid tool to put in your WordPress theme and plugin arsenal. I picked up, I believe I maxed out my tiers because I want to be able to put this on as many websites as I want. And it just makes building websites extremely easy. So go watch that review if you haven't. PostX, I believe, is the only one I gave a 5-star. There was nothing that I could say really bad about the tool. And I don't really hand out 5 stars. When I really, really like a tool, it ends up in the 4.4 and 4.8 stars. That's literally the range that I usually live in. I don't hand out 5 stars very often, and I do take it into consideration. And then at the end of the day, there's a gut feeling. If I just I just have to really like the tool and so forth. So that one got 5 stars. Go check it out and be on the lookout for it if it's going to hit, especially for like Black Friday. Okay. Lead Scripts, AI marketing writer. It's kind of hard to, we've been in this AI writing world for about 3 or 4 years now. And so it kind of reminds me of the Word Hero, the older school type tools, but because they're using it in an extreme marketing sense and fashion, the ratings go up because now they're taking AI writers and they're doing unique things with it, like building specific marketing landing pages and doing different things with it, specific and so forth. So I like that they've niched it to a niche market of straight up marketing. And I was impressed with the tool. It was easy to find what you needed to do. They had a lot of tools available, and overall, I couldn't really say a whole lot of bad things about it. I think it was a pretty solid tool. So Lead Scripts, 4.5 stars. It's currently not available. It was part of that Appsumo Plus. It lasted for a week. It did come back. So just keep an eye out for that as well. KW Hero, I added this one in here. It wasn't a new review, but I think that if I actually do second looks, and I think that these are important because if a tool stands out to me, I want to try to I mean, it's hard to get to them, but 6 months later down the road, I want to log back in, right? The LTD community, in a sense, sometimes gets a bad rep for going under and not even finishing it through the first year and stuff like that. So when there's a really hot tool, KW Hero was one of the best AI writers, all-in-one type writers that has hit in the last 12 months. So I wanted to go back to it. So I went back to it, gave it a second look, and I updated my review. I think that the first time that I came out, it was like a 4.5 or higher. And so keeping up in all, relativity to other tools that are on the list, right, like Ranklytics, SEO, Rocket, etc. I want to keep it fair to, maybe, and then even kind of adjust my review based on new tools that have hit Appsumo. Where does it fare compared to those other ones, right? So that's why it's still a solid tool. I absolutely recommend it. It's 4 stars. It's got a good AI writer. It's got an extremely good UI. I'm still very impressed with their user interface. It's a UI that if I built a tool, I would want it to look something like that probably. And then the keyword research functionality, and then the ability to add your VAs, add team members very easily. It's a really solid tool. So it still passed the sniff test. It still passed really, really well. And so you can go check that out, and it's still available on Appsumo. So Ranklytics, this is an all-in-one SEO AI writer. I gave it a 4.9 stars, almost 5 stars. I'd have to go back and watch my own video to see why I didn't give it 5. I think there was reasons that, during the review, there might have been like a little bit of either a bug here, the report didn't work here or something like that. I remember that there wasn't filters on any of the keyword research tools. So there you go. I can knock off a 1/10 of a point just for something like that, right? And so it wasn't quite just blown out of the park 5-star, but it was dang close. So 4.9 stars, Ranklytics, it's an all-in-one. It has a gap analysis, competitor analysis, keyword research. It's a really great for rank tracking. They were generous with the rank tracking. And if you literally just went and bought Ranklytics just for rank tracking, I think it's already beating on price some of the other tools, but you're getting an AI writer. The AI writing passed. It was probably right there with KW Hero as far as like quality and so forth. Definitely something that I would use. I would just make sure that I looked over the content before I published it. But when you factor in all the things that it offered, and then it had a pretty slick UI, Ranklytics is probably kind of coming down to looking at the different tools. Ranklytics is probably the best, and I'm saying probably, right? I have to go back and look at all the reviews this year. But in 2024, I would say Ranklytics is probably that all-in-one SEO, AI writer, keyword research tool that I think is probably the best one that I've seen in the year. So definitely go check out Ranklytics. Because I already use Koala and I already have SE ranking as my SEO tool. I pay monthly for those tools. I don't really need a tool like that. And I'm not going to spend money on these tools just because they are amazing. If I don't need them in my business, I'm not going to purchase them. And I recommend that for you as well. If you are if you're into these tools and you think that they're going to be around for the long run and so forth, and you want to support them in the startup, and you need a tool like that, and you don't want to pay for Ahrefs or something like that, then Ranklytics is definitely the tool to go pick up right now. It's still available. Video to blog posts from your YouTube videos. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was solid. Some of the things why I knocked off from 5 stars was that it didn't include the internal links like it was supposed to. There was some other things that I noticed that it didn't do as well. It also, in multiple tests, wouldn't allow us to actually grab the YouTube video, and then it didn't finish processes. It wasn't able to scrape the screenshots from your YouTube video, but when the tool functioned almost tip top when you uploaded it directly from your computer. But at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of those tools, and I also use AI to do my video to blogging. And so I just wasn't quite, I didn't make the purchase on that one. To extend the tier. I think I did get tier 1, but I did not, go all out. And then I don't believe it was good enough for me to change my processes and go to it, but it was pretty close. So if you need a video to blog tool and you don't want to mess around with creating your own prompts in Claude or ChatGPT and all that, I definitely recommend video to blog, 4.5 stars. And then SEO Rocket, you guys saw, I just reviewed yesterday. This is also an all-in-one SEO tool. And this is very, very comparative to Ranklytics. They're basically essentially the same tool, tackling the same stuff. I just think that Ranklytics is a superior tool. SEO Rocket, go watch that review. And I gave it a really good review. I even checked out the tool before doing the review, and these big, giant all-in-one tools, I just cannot get the review even under 20 minutes. I think it ended up being another 40-minute review. I know many of you don't mind that, and you really want to know the ins and outs of the tool before you go and invest your money into it. So that's what I'm providing for you guys. I know some of you would probably rather just have a 10 to 12 minute overall. Those are really hard to review because I'm trying to show the tool. I could just review the tool for 30, 45 minutes and then come and do a like this and just talk about it. Maybe that's something I'll try in the future. But SEO Rocket, it just left more. There was functionality issues. There was UI stuff. There was some bugginess. You would click on a report and then you would just get the status issues. And there was just, it just didn't feel as healthy as Ranklytics. So, but definitely still worth checking out. Definitely go check that review out and keep your eye out on SEO Rocket. So here's my personal favorites from these 15 tools, okay? So go to blog, create blog posts from your YouTube videos, 4.5 stars. Obviously, I would go and pick this up if you are in need of this type of process tool in your arsenal. This is probably one of the best that I've seen. It still needs to fix a couple things, but the content was really, really good. And and the way that it brings in the screenshots and stuff, still impressed with the tool. It did make my top recommendations list this time. Now, Warpindex, you can see that I highlighted it in yellow, and this is because it's a standout. It's just a complete, like, it's a tool that you definitely just need to get. Website page indexer, 4.5 stars. Not much else to say. I highlighted it in yellow, right? So go get it. Closely, unfortunately, not available, but this is one that literally is running in the background right now, and it's helping me build my LinkedIn page. And so it's a tool that actually moves the needle for you in your business and does marketing and can potentially get you clients and sales. So obviously a great tool. Keep your eye out on closely to come back. PostX, I guess I should have highlighted this in yellow as well. It's not available right now, but there's a lot of WordPress themes out there and plugins and so forth. So it's very, very, very competitive with other tools on the market. But PostX, I probably should have put in yellow as well, because I mean, I went all in on this. I purchased the highest tier, and it's a great, great tool. And then Ranklytics, I put in bright green because this is the best tool and my favorite tool out of all those tools. Ranklytics, you've better go and count. It is my top recommendation. I didn't go and buy the highest tier, and I didn't even buy the tool because I don't need that. Like I explained earlier, I already pay monthly for SE ranking. That's $50 a month that I pay for, and it is going to be a superior SEO tool than something like this because it's going to provide way more keyword research, way more keywords. We're talking about millions of keywords, and they have billions of keywords in their database. So it's a very Ahref type tool. So if you're paying for something like that, you probably don't want to pick up a tool like this anyways. If you're a professional SEO, you probably already have a tool like that. So you're not going to need a tool like this. But if you are just managing a few websites and so forth, Ranklytics is absolutely a tool that you could go and use for gap, keyword analysis, for rank tracking, and I already pay for SEO Robot as well. And I already have multiple projects in there using it for years. It will be a big change for me to take all those projects and move them into an LTD. And so for someone like me that's a business owner that does this for a living, it actually probably wouldn't be smart for me to move everything over to a LTD that we don't know what the future of it in 1 to 2 years will be. So I'm not going to put all my eggs into that basket. But if you're a solopreneur or you're just getting started or something like that, and you don't already have all those tools, then it's not really as big of a change or gamble to pick up a tool like this, right? And so I definitely would recommend that's the perfect person for Ranklytics. So that was my favorite tool out of all these that I would absolutely recommend going and picking up. So that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think out of all the tools, which ones was your favorite. Join me hopefully next month for my next Appsumo tools review roundup video. Thanks for joining me.